A very good day to you and welcome to today's edition of the Flash News. On today's edition, we'll take a look at the home front, bringing to you all of the incidents, stories and reports that has occurred in the last 24 hours. But we will only do that right after the break. Well, you're welcome back. Let's start with a report of a La Republic de Cameroon agent killing his colleague. Now, this tells you how much they kill with ease because there is no formal training. They lack all of the necessary training that the military deserve. And so they kill everyone they feel like killing, including Ambazonians. So those La Republic de Cameroon claims meant to uphold other in Ambazonia are now turning their weapons against each other. And this is not even the first time. A day ago, an element of the colonial military forces in Wum, a village in the Mentrum locality of the Savannah Zone in the Federal Republic of Ambazonia, opened fire on his colleague. He fired 9 shots after reportedly consuming a substance. Well, the full report says that the deceased element, who is known as Sergeant Dishiv, had been enjoying a night out with his friends at a local bar when he became the victim of an unprovoked attack by his comrade. Eyewitnesses report that just moments earlier, the two men were laughing and sharing drinks. Well, the victim and his assailant both hails from the Garwa Bulai in the eastern region of La Republic de Cameroon, but they were found in the Mentrum region. Well, the assailant culprit, whose name has been not disclosed, reportedly indulged in a substance during their outing. Upon returning to their shared residence, he suddenly turned onto his colleague, firing 9 shots without any apparent motive. At this point, reports, when we report of how Ambazonians are killed without any reason, I'm sure the world would wonder. But here we have reports of these people killing themselves. Yet, this is what the colonial government considers as stability, while criminal officials claim to be restoring peace. Well, it seems their own soldiers are in disarray, now resorting to violence against one another instead of addressing the real issues at hand. It is ironic. Would have thought that the colonial military would become so confused that they would start shooting their own. I mean, I'm thinking out loud here. The mental and emotional toll the ongoing war is taking on the colonial military, its personnel, is so obvious. Many of the La Republic de Cameroon soldiers feeling isolated and disillusioned amidst the chaos. They are grappling with their own struggles. The British Southern Cameroon's community has long been caught in the crossfire, and now it appears the forces meant to protect them are just as lost as one would never think. Since the outbreak of the war, the senseless war, I must add here, in the British Southern Cameroon some 8 years ago, the physical and mental well-being of both the civilians and colonial military forces have greatly been impacted. This incident is just one. Of course, just one out of many within colonial military ranks and the chaotic state of an incapacitated colonial government struggling to illegally maintain control. Will they get this control? We wonder. It's been 8 years and counting, and Ambazonians are still holding strong. That's not all they do. They also kill, dump people in mortuaries. Sometimes they dump people in bushes. Sometimes dead bodies are found all around Ambazonia. Corpses dumped by La Republic de Cameroon Army at the Bamenda Regional Hospital are being begged to be identified. Hospital authority says they would be handed over for burial if not identified before the 21st of December 2024. The identification can be made easy by the colonial army. The killers, that's what they're thinking, by saying exactly where they abducted the victims before killing them. But would they be able to do that when they kill with ease, when they randomly kill? Very sad, you must agree with me. The Bamenda Regional Hospital Director, known as Mr. Dennis Nsame, has announced the presence of some unidentified corpses at the mortuary. From the paper signed to that effect by the director of the Bamenda Regional Hospital, the majority of the corpses were dumped by the colonial army. Remember, we have reported that people get missing. So this could actually mean, this means, in fact, that these people missing might just be dead and their dead body unaccounted for in the mortuary. In the announcement, the director of the Bamenda Regional Hospital says if by the 21st of December 2024, the corpses are not yet identified, they will be handed to the competent authorities for burial. Here is where the problem lies. Why can the director of the hospital not get their colonial army to identify these corpses or give information that can facilitate the identification process by telling where they abducted these people before assassinating them? But that's because it's a routine that they enjoy. And so the colonial army, to abduct innocent Ambazonians, innocent people, transport them to anonymous zone and execute them. They enjoy doing that a lot. If they can turn their backs against their brothers, their colleagues, how much more Ambazonians? Many of such victims are either dumped by the rivers or buried and dumped by the roadside. It is by a stroke of luck that some of these people were actually taken to the hospital mortuary and not dumped by the roadside as others. 3 months ago, 3 lifeless bodies were removed from the Mason streams in and around Nkea. The cause of the death and where they came from is still a mystery. Very sad. This is just another act of the colonial army. Is it just that? How about the issue of Barrister Tamfo? The issue of Barrister Tamfo is one that if we were not following it objectively, just maybe something bad may have happened. Barrister Tamfo Richard is finally suing colonial gendarmes who molested him. Disappointed with results from investigation, single-handed carried by the colonial gendarmerie unit, protecting the perpetrators and incriminating the abused human rights lawyer. He has decided to drag them to court. Is it too late? Oh well, it's better late than never. Barrister Tamfo Richard, who is known as a human rights lawyer, has filed a complaint with the prosecutor of the Douala Colonial Military Court against colonial gendarme officers who brutalized him weeks ago. This complaint comes a few days after the Cameroonian Bar Council rejected the findings of an investigation carried out by a colonial gendarmerie unit. Well, according to investigation, the human rights lawyer was instead implicated, largely ignoring the brutality of the colonial gendarmerie officers. The perpetrators identified in the complaints are Enanga Paul, Biem Kiaki, Budred Lamford, and Major Echo Celestine Fabrice, who are serving at the colonial Douala Baninjo Gendarmerie Group. Another accused colonial gendarme, Ntama Ventiko, works at the colonial Bonaberry Research Brigade too. The complaint also cites the Nkolo Marie Rose and an unidentified colonial police officer. Well, in the matter of Barrister Tamfo Richard against the gendarmes, he says, I am informing national and international opinion that my lawyers have formally filed a complaint on my behalf with the military state prosecutor at the Douala Tribunal. Now, these were some excerpts we got from Barrister Tamfo Richard in a post he actually made on social media. Well, these colonial gendarmes are being accused of complicity in torture. Other accusations include abuse of office, obstruction of the practice of the profession of a lawyer, insult, threats, and major injuries. Have you seen that video? You need to see this video so that you can understand the level of injustice and torture we're talking about.
Where chef? Where?
terrible. This is even a lawyer who knows his right. This is a lawyer who knows that he cannot be treated this way. Then how much more the common man who can't even speak, or those that do not even have phones to make their own incidents viral? This viral video of the 7th of November 2024 should make the world come closer, where two colonial gendarmes officers of the Bonanjo recruitment are seen brutalizing barrister Tamfo Richard, should be made viral. This is a video where they violently threw a human into the trunk of their service car and marched him. A human. Oh well, it's on this sad note that will round up today's edition of the Flash News. Remember that at the top of the hour, 8 p.m., we would have This Week on Ambazonia with Mr. Tarh Paddy King and, of course, all the gentlemen of the law. Come talk about this and so many other cases that will be brought on the front burner. Until then, I am Oyi Okpala saying good day and have a wonderful day as well.